because nothing will hold us down.
Well, hello there.
Hey.
And good afternoon. Hello and welcome to another edition of Tweaked Gigs. What is up? What is up? What is going on?
Hey, how you doing? Sorry about last week,
It's okay.
but I am back.
That's awesome. I'm glad to have you back. Damn glad to have you back. I have to pee so bad.
You've got to pee.
Yes. I was sitting here rushing with this and trying to make sure that everything went according to time and, you know, trying to recapture some of my morning. But look, we're on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want
Look at
to
that.
go ahead and do what you got to do, and then maybe I'll just read some
Not
news
right
articles here, or
Yeah, not right here. I don't want to do it, but yeah, I'll go do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway,
Yeah, there it is.
because I know
So-
you want to go on and talk about this Windows update.
Oh, if you want to call it that. Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and get that out of your system before we move on to the good stuff?
Let's let things exit my system one at a time. Let's do that. You
Okay.
Go ahead and hit that though. Go ahead.
I have nothing
You
to
got
talk
this.
about but I'll go ahead and read some news articles here.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got
we'll
this.
do. Yeah,
You got it.
yeah. I'm just gonna pull it up.
I'm gonna listen in the bathroom.
Okay. Well, you,
No, I'm not.
I'll read slowly so you can enjoy it.
Oh, that's messed up.
All right, so this came across October 6th. Apparently, Yahoo lets the NSA read your email before you even open it. This comes from a post on Fight for the Future. Yahoo was just revealed to be the very first U.S. internet company to build a program at the request of U.S. intelligence services to search every single incoming message of every single user in real time. Let me say that again. Every single incoming message, every user. This is an absolutely unprecedented privacy violation. Surveillance experts and former government officials are saying that they have never seen such a broad demand for real-time digital surveillance. Never mind one that calls for the creation of a new computer program. This program, essentially a wiretap on the web, is beyond the scope of any of the already outreaching surveillance laws currently on the books. The order issued to Yahoo appears to be unprecedented and unconstitutional. The government appeared to have compelled Yahoo to conduct precisely the type of general suspiciousless search for the Fourth Amendment was intended to prohibit, said ACLU staff attorney Patrick Toomey. Communication giants Microsoft, Twitter, Google, Facebook, and Apple have all rushed to put out statements assuring users that they have not received or complied with similar directives. Some going so far as to say if they had, they would challenge it in court. Apple pointed to a recent statement by CEO Tim Cook, which reads, "I want to be absolutely clear that we have never worked with any government agency from any country to create a backdoor in any of our products or services. We have also never allowed access to our servers, and we never will." Meanwhile, Yahoo issued a statement that does not outright deny that the program existed, nor address the myriad of privacy and security concerns that have been raised. Even former Yahoo Chief Information Security Officer Alex Stamos is appalled by the program. When he found out about it in 2015, he immediately resigned his position, telling coworkers that he had been excluded from the decision to implement the program. He has also cited flaws that seriously endangered the security of users and left the program vulnerable to hackers. Yahoo is a sinking ship. This is not the first security problem Yahoo has struggled with. Just last month, it was revealed that over 500 million and possibly many, many millions more Yahoo users' accounts were compromised by state-sponsored actors. This hack was almost certainly a result of Yahoo consistently refusing to invest in the necessary and standard security practices adopted by their competitors after a massive hack 6 years ago, to which Yahoo also fell victim. And their security is not going to get any better. Yahoo was recently sold to Verizon for $4.8 billion, that's billion with a B, dollars. Telecom companies, including Verizon, have been colluding with the NSA for years to gather information on billions of people worldwide, as Edward Snowden's 2013 revelations have shown. Beyond handing your data to a prying NSA, Verizon also notoriously created an innovative way to track your online habits on both your phone and your non-Verizon devices like personal laptops. They then sell your information to marketers. The Verizon-Yahoo merger is going to compound the security issues these two companies have created, resulting in a service where your communication becomes nothing more than a piece of data to be rifled through by the government and sold to the highest bidder. You deserve to have your safety and privacy you expect. It's time to dump Yahoo.
I've been saying that for a while. Also, I was upset that I came back and sat down, and the first words I heard as I put on my headphones were colluding with the NSA. That bothered me.
I'm sorry.
Just this much.
Oh, well, welcome back.
Hi. How you doing? It's good to see you and Big Brother are here. That's awesome. Awesome. Here's my thing. Everybody worries about the government having their data. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The government already has your data.
Very true.
Okay. It's already there. Trust and know. It kills me whenever the government says, we can't find somebody.
Bull.
You're not looking. Okay. That, or maybe you did the latest Windows update.
Here we go.
Terminal's down. Either way, they already have your data. It's already there. They already know. Okay? Even just your garden variety backwoods county sheriff can pull more info on you than a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me when I tell you that where the government is concerned, pretend that there's nothing in your life that's considered a secret. The only thing that the government possibly cannot know about you is what you're thinking. And the minute you say it out loud, you kind of put yourself out there on that one as well.
Yep.
So there it is. That being said, I'm not worried so much about the government having my data. I'm worried about it, but not as worried about it as, say, some hacker teen over in some country whose name I can't pronounce having my data. That's bothersome. That's a problem.
Absolutely.
Okay, because at least within the government there exists at least the appearance of checks and balances to prevent that data from being misused. An individual does not have those same guidelines. They don't have those same limits. So, yeah. No. Moving on.
So
What's next?
Did you want to go
No,
and rant
yet.
about?
Not yet.
No,
Not
okay.
yet. Keep going.
Well, I don't have any day in nerd news history. Apparently, nothing happened on this day. That's nerd related. But I do have.
And on the 9th day of October, they rested.
Apparently. But I do have 64 completely true facts only nerds will appreciate.
Okay, fair enough. Hit me.
All right. The font Comic Sans is based on Dave Gibbons' lettering in the Watchmen comic books.
Did not know that.
He called the font Dreadful.
Did not know that. Wait, Dreadful was the name of it, or Dreadful was his description?
Description.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's not nice. I like Comic Sans. Moving on.
Depending on the type, the symbols used to censor words in comic books called jarns, quips, niddles, and grolixes. Most of the terms have just been lumped under the blanket term grolixes.
is there a specific order to them? Like
I don't
depending on
think
what
so.
word's being censored?
No,
is it just random?
it's like different icons, you know.
Right. Well,
Di-
yeah, but
di-
what I'm saying is, like, if the same word is censored, like let's say you're censoring the B word.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know, is it going to show up in the same niddle
Gotcha.
every time? Is there
you
like
know
a
what?
standard
I don't know,
niddle
but
for
I've
that?
always I've wondered that. I'll have to look into that because
That's what
I
I'm
don't know
wondering.
for sure.
Is there a standard
So maybe you
niddle?
can basically trying to crack the code. Oh, so that's what they were saying. I read it differently.
The Swervinci code.
The world's largest comic book collection belongs to the Library of Congress.
That makes sense.
They currently hold over 100,000 individual issues.
That seems kind of a low number given the amount of comics and issues out to date.
I agree,
I feel like they're slacking.
but still have the largest.
They're not really a collector. They're posers.
Wannabes. Oh, excuse
Wannabes.
me. Sorry about that.
Awesome.
Nicholas Coppola took his stage name, Nick Cage, from the Marvel character Luke Cage.
Which I'm watching on Netflix right now.
Is it any good? I haven't started it yet.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard some good things.
It's
I've heard some
awesome.
good things.
It's awesome. Yeah, people are mad about that show.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Huh, we'll have to get into that.
Yeah, we will.
Comic book letters avoid words like Clint and Flick because during printing, the letters can run together, making the words look like profanity.
Oh. Wow.
Use your imagination, folks. I'm not saying them.
I wasn't going to say anything. I hate how it was like I was just expected to be like,
Oh, I said use your imagination, folks. I wasn't
Okay.
referring to you.
okay, my bad.
When the Comics Code was created,
I'm not a folk. Go ahead.
it prohibited judges and law enforcement agents from being depicted negatively. And
Well,
that was all part of the Congress Comic Code.
That makes sense to a degree.
They are always
but-
good guys. Always.
Yeah, but you kind of limit your scope on the stories that can be told there.
But that same code also prevented comics from being sold at newsstands unless the hero won the end of the book.
I don't understand the rule for that one.
Neither do I.
Because it's
mean,
kind of like
sometimes,
if you learn that, then it's like a spoiler alert. It's like you.
Oh,
you
they're going
see
to win at the bed.
Right, you see the thing on the newsstand, you're like, well, no, this one turns out.
Liven it up a little bit.
Right.
Let the hero die. I'm just saying. You know, they killed Superman and brought him back next week, but, you know, still. There was a superhero in the 1940s called the Green Lama, who was a practicing Buddhist. One of his powers was reincarnation. All right.
Yep. Just don't.
The 1940 superhero called Red Bee fought Nazis using trained bees. His favorite bee was named Michael and lived in Red Bee's belt buckle.
It's almost like I need you to portion all of that out so that I can address each point as I need to, but there's apparently like 60-something of these.
And we're at number 10.
Moving. Yeah.
Our
Lord.
university actually exists in the Marvel multiverse. Our Earth is Earth of 1218.
Okay.
Or Earth 1218. I got it. Out of the multiverse, there's at least 1218 multiverses, and the comic book world, it's multiverse world 1218.
Oh, wow. I wonder how the first 1217 turned out. I mean, they had to be really bad if we improved.
Which one do we
this.
fall in? Are we
I-
number one, or are we like number 63 or something?
I feel like we're prototype status. I don't know.
Oh, here we go. Michael Jackson wanted to play Spider-Man in a movie, so he tried to buy Marvel Comics in the 90s. Little Michael want to be Spider-Man.
The dialogue to that is just so.
Mary Jane. She's just a girl.
Okay. Marvel got around to...
Uncle Ben.
Wow. That's right, folks. Okay, Marvel got around a law that increases taxes on toys that resemble humans by claiming that X-Men figures were mutants, not humans.
Valid. totally valid. I'd have worked it.
Apparently they did.
That was. But why do I feel like Trump was present at that meeting? Let me tell you what you do. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be perfect.
How come your Trump sounds like Arnold?
Because I feel like he's not of this land. I feel like he's trying to speak like us, but just doesn't quite get it.
There's a company in the Marvel Universe called Damage Control that specializes in cleaning up after villains and heroes.
That makes sense. Because
somebody's got to clean it up.
Because you have to wonder when they get into those big cityscape fights.
The Marvel Janitors.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
The other side of the story.
You love the X-Men. Now meet the Y-Men. Just a bunch of guys standing around with brooms. Why? Why?
Oh, okay. So tech.
Sorry.
Oh wow.
I had to do it.
Okay, here we go.
Sorry.
Live studio sound effects, people.
Oh, I had to do it.
Oh, technically, Gotham City is in New Jersey, and Metropolis is in Delaware. Okay.
I'm sorry. I was just imagining Batman with a Jersey accent.
A bad one.
I'm not wearing lucky bats. I just want some clam chowder.
All right. Wayne Enterprises, which is controlled by Batman's alter ego Bruce Wayne, owns the Daily Planet.
That makes sense.
See, I kind of wondered that, but I never really knew until now.
Actually, I knew that because they've alluded to it in a couple of like one of those, a couple of those like
Don't I owe
alternate
that
universe.
One? Yeah.
Yeah, but here's what kills me: the way you stated that. You're like Bruce Wayne, Batman's alter ego. The dude that was here first is taking a back seat to the cape and cowl.
In an alternate timeline of Spider-Man, an elderly Mary Jane Watson gets cancer and dies because of Peter Parker's irradiated sperm.
We talked about this.
We talked about this on the other show, but it was on the list, and I had to throw it back out there because it was just funny.
That's horrible. That is so... Oh, move. Just next one. Next one. My head imploded. My brain just took the Windows 10 update.
So here we go. Oh, you know what? We might be able to use this one next time. Andrew complains about the hyphen.
Oh, no.
Spider-Man has a hyphen in it so that people don't confuse him with Superman.
Wow, that says something about America right there. Because, ooh, okay. Gotcha. I will reserve my comments. Moving on. Marvel
once collaborated on a Spider-Man comic with Planned Parenthood that discouraged teens from having unprotected sex.
Really? That Spider-Man Mary Jane story didn't do it? Okay.
Apparently not.
Fair enough. Moving on.
In an alternate reality, Peter Parker is bitten by a radioactive sheep, turning him into a hero named Sheep Boy.
That's so bad. Moving on.
An issue of Wolverine was once released with an ethnic slur printed in it when the letter of the book misread the word killer.
Moving on.
Okay.
So wait, they made Wolverine a racist?
Apparently accidentally at one time.
Oh, wow.
At one point, Wolverine's origin story was that he was an actual Wolverine who was genetically mutated and evolved by a villain named High Evolutionary.
Oh, so...
Whew, there's a name.
Pretty much what they tried to do to Deadpool in Wolverine Origins.
Spock from Star Trek has taken on Wolverine in battle.
What? Huh?
Spock from Star Trek.
Spock fought Wolverine? Who won?
Spock won.
Okay. I feel like this is very lopsided, but okay.
The character Nightcrawler appears to have blue skin, but is actually covered in fine blue fur.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I get that. In the movies, he was more skinny and scaly, But in the cartoon iterations before and even after, like some of the modern takes, he seemed to be furry and whatnot, which kind of indicates that he's a relation to Beast. Between Beast and Mystique somehow. I don't know.
If I remember correctly, Mystique is the mother.
Yeah.
But I don't think they ever implied who the father is.
Well, I mean...
And I could be wrong on this one. I just don't know
Is
offhand.
Beast or Papa Smurf? I'm willing to bet probably Beast. I'm just saying. The Smurfs don't look like they would get along.
That would make sense if you take a look at the recent of the
Please tell me you're talking about Beast.
X-Men movies.
Okay. I thought you were going to... I thought we were...
No,
okay.
I wouldn't go there, no.
I'm just saying.
God.
Dude, there was 500 of them. One chick in the whole village. Just saying. All right. Anyway.
Cyclops' eyes are actually portals to a non-Einsteinian universe. And his optic blast our energy from that alternate universe escaping into our own.
Yes. That's right. For your hellish vacation destination, just pull off Cyclops shades.
Let's see. Let's skip a couple here. The program Weapon X, which created Wolverine, is actually meant to be read Weapon 10. Captain America is Weapon 1.
Just move on.
There are over 50 Iron Man suits. One suit is made out of the same metal as Thor's hammer, and another was designed to take down the Hulk. I think we all know that. It was called the Hulk Buster.
Yeah. Saw that one.
Okay. Captain America has recently earned the title the First Avenger, despite the fact that he wasn't even in the original Avengers lineup.
Okay, wait. You said who?
Captain America.
I think that they refer to calling him the original just because of how far back like his backstory goes, especially in like the MCU now.
He is the oldest.
And whatnot. So I think as far as that goes, because if you line up the time frames, you've got these different scientists and whatnot that are pretty much taking the baby and preliminary steps into the sciences that make the heroes, the villains, all of that. They don't know much about it. So to have like a successful prototype at that point would kind of make it first, even if you don't really think about the Avengers initiative at that point. You kind of bring them on board, and then it's just kind of like, they're veteran by association. Well, hey, technically you're like 140 years old, so here you go. You get platinum status in the club. Here's your champagne.
There are over 20 different types of kryptonite, including pink kryptonite, which gives Superman
fabulous powers.
Gay tendencies.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
Oh my God, I was just being, oh, wow. Oh.
Yes.
I don't know what messed me up more, the fact that was true, or the fact that somebody had that thought before me.
Superman once wielded Thor's hammer after being deemed worthy of the honor in a crossover event between the Justice League of America and the Avengers.
Did you say he won it, or he lifted it?
He once wielded Thor's hammer after being deemed worthy.
What did they mean wield it? Like, did he fight with it, or just was he able to just pick it up?
He was able to pick it up at least.
Okay, without like falling over, or not.
The fact that he picked it up. Period.
I was just making sure.
Period.
I was just making sure. Okay.
Oh, going on Thor's hammer, did you know that Black Widow is actually able to pick up the hammer as well, and that's why she was the only character who did not attempt in Age of Ultron.
Yeah, she said, "Oh, that's a question I don't need to answer,"
or something along those lines. Yeah, but
no,
she was the only one who did not attempt it. Yet she would have been the only other one that could have.
Why can she?
Because she's been deemed worthy.
So, let me ask you a question. What was the point of locking the hammer down to worthiness if they're just going to hand out worthiness like it's going out of style?
Worthiness for you.
She was
worthiness for you.
You get worthiness. You get worthiness. We all get worthiness.
Ooh, Here's one.
According to that logic, the only two people on the planet that should not be able to lift Thor's hammer are Wayne and Garth.
Wow.
And I seriously think if they kept their mouths shut, you get worse than this dude. My
DC's current most popular character
is Batman.
was nearly killed off in the 1960s due to low sales.
Oh, are you serious? That's hateful.
They almost killed Batman.
Oh, that's hateful. And you know what's messed up? Wait, was he rich when he started, or was he just a regular dude? Because if making him rich was something that they did to increase sales, then technically they made Batman rich in the real world and in the comic world.
I think he was always rich. I think
that's the sickest plan ever.
I think he was always. He had to be always rich.
We'll just give him more money.
It was a family inheritance.
And then they'll give us more money.
Do you know how many Bat caves there are?
Well, I've always thought that there's just the one, but I'm gonna feel like that's wrong.
You are very wrong. Batman actually has 8 different Bat caves.
How?
One is located directly under Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, you know what? Poor planning. Like the world's greatest detective, not the world's strongest planner.
How does anybody get out if one of those Bat caves is like literally directly under Arkham? I mean, seriously.
I think they're climbing down and grabbing his stuff and getting out that way. He needs to go there and take inventory. I mean, think about it. League of Assassins, Dark Knight Rises.
Wow. Do you know Harley Quinn wasn't created until the animated series?
Yes, I did know that.
I did not know that.
Yes, I did. I knew that.
There is a Predator from the film Predator in the Sinestro Corps.
Wow. Like a predator?
A Predator.
Like
a Predator from the film Predator.
Like one of them, we will hunt humans on your own land, Predator?
In the Sinestro
How does he
Corps.
get to be a Green Lantern?
No, not a Green Lantern.
Oh, sorry. Well,
I
no,
think,
he's in Sinestro.
Sinestro.
Oh, okay. Well, then that shows up good on his resume.
But speaking of other Green Lanterns, there is a Vulcan Green Lantern. Because the Green Lantern Corps has representatives from each sector of space, there's actually a Vulcan Green Lantern.
Okay. Moving on.
Okay.
You get worthiness. You get worthiness. Spock would let Kirk die. How is that worthy?
And Deadpool, whose real name is Wade Wilson, was created as a parody.
Yes, of Slade Wilson.
Of Slade, Deathstroke.
Yep. And in fact, that is exactly why he was allowed the ability to break the fourth wall. I knew this one. I did.
Clark Kent exists in the Marvel Universe. He has been depicted as a mild-mannered reporter. And that's it.
Wow. Clark Kent method acting his own life.
Let's see.
You remember just standing in the background like, one day I'm going to be one of them X-Men.
Do you remember you remember the Ren and Stimpy show?
But just barely.
You remember Powder Toast Man?
Nope.
Well, he's officially a character in the Marvel Universe. He once fought Spider-Man.
Oh, who won?
It doesn't say. But
see, that's okay. Messed up. Moving on. Oh wow.
There's a character in the Marvel Universe named A1 Sauce.
Next.
And finally, Galactus, the world.
What was that? I gotta know what the tagline of that movie would have been. When everything's at stake. Count on A1. That was horrible. I'm not even proud of that. That doesn't even get a rim shot.
Wow. Galactus, the World Eater, actually appears differently to each sentient species that sees him. The only reason he looks like a human to people in the Marvel Universe is because they are human. And that's all.
So if it looks like a human and talks like a human, it's part of the Marvel Universe?
It must be.
Okay.
It must be.
All right, write that down. Fair enough. Moving on.
Guide information on this month's Loot Crate.
All right. What is it?
October's theme is horror.
Oh.
October is going to be a scream with horror. We'll get your spine tingling with a crate full of classic and contemporary thrills and chills.
So
It will involve the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Walking Dead, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th.
all right. Well, check this out. Are we casting our picks now?
I think we should give us about a week to
Aw.
contemplate that.
Okay.
Because I'm not ready.
Because I could shoot you 4 right now.
I'm not ready.
Okay.
You hold on to those.
He wasn't ready. Okay.
All right, go.
He wasn't ready.
Going back into comics here.
Okay. Go for it.
Batwoman is to get a new ongoing comic series.
Batwoman?
Batwoman.
Okay.
DC is launching a new monthly series starring Kate Kane from writer Marguerite Binet and artist Stephen Epting. The series Batwoman will debut in February. The fun starts with a February Rebirth-themed one-shot with Batwoman #1 to follow in March.
All right.
All right.
All right. I'm just kind of wondering, like, okay, there's a Batman, there's a Batwoman, there was Batgirl, which, you know, I could see the offense in it, but at what point are they just going to be Bat people? Bat person? Wait, when does that happen?
When everybody gets a bat. You get a bat. You get a bat.
I would pay cash money to be sitting in an audience and watch Oprah release a bunch of bats.
Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me that thought delights me so much, but...
So, here's some more comic news. It's official. Wonder Woman is gay.
She's happy?
Yeah. That's it. She's very happy.
Well, you know, Themyscira's a pretty, liberal place. Just saying.
During an
Very
interview with
progressive thinking,
Comicosity, the subject arose during a discussion over the fact that Diana Prince lives on a mythical island, populated solely by women.
Which, again, can't figure that out, but go ahead.
When you start to think about giving and this comes from Rucka.
Yeah, go hit me. Who?
Okay.
Yeah.
Greg Rucka states, when you start to think about giving the concept of her world its due, the answer is, how can they not all be in same-sex relationships?
That's so hateful, though.
It makes no logical sense otherwise.
No, there's plenty of...
It's supposed to be a paradise.
There's plenty
You're
of
supposed to
other
be able to
scenarios.
live happily.
Okay, that's almost like saying, ladies, you need a man to be happy. That's messed up.
I agree with you on this one.
That's the tone that I took from that. Anyway, am I wrong for that?
You are not wrong.
Okay. I was just making sure, because that was very that was condescending in like a creepy boss kind of way.
He comes on. He continues with, you're supposed to be able, in a context where one can live happily, and part of an individual needs for that happiness is to have a partner, to have a fulfilling romantic and sexual relationship, and the only options are women. But an Amazon doesn't look at another Amazon and say, you're gay. They don't. The concept doesn't exist.
That's you're right. The concept of that wouldn't exist in the context of, well, we're all gay because we only live on an island full of women. There could be lots of stuff going on there that we don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first of all, we're in a universe where there's an island full of women that exists to begin with. Islands of beautiful women with no men whatsoever.
Amazonians.
Okay, that's not to say that it couldn't happen. It's to say that it couldn't happen. Not because of gay or straight or anything like that. It's just how humans spread out. if word got out somewhere that there was an island full of nothing but big, beautiful Amazon women, people would just stop going other places on Earth and go there.
I got to dig a little deeper on this one. I'm out of. You've got an island full of beautiful women, right?
Sure.
How are they breeding?
Again, we don't look. First of all, we're talking about a universe where, just as there's this island world, there's also an undersea group of people, like an entire civilization, just thriving. There's a rich man who apparently does not have to go to work at all. Like, all he has to do is play dress up, play fast cars, and fist fight people. Okay? And occasionally solve a crime. All right? And
yeah, Iron Man is great.
There's an intergalactic space cop, okay, who's pretty much married to a lantern. All right, like he has to report home to it every now and again to check in. Hey, baby, what's up? Wonder Twin Powers, love. I'm sorry, my Green Lantern flag. Yeah, I got it.
Oh man.
Then of course, there's Flash, and forgive me when I say this, but I find Flash to be one of the most unimaginative characters as far as powers go. But I understand his vitality in the universe. But there's just like, for real, it's just like, Flash reminds me of the one that would show up to the meeting and be like, well, I could run faster than a speeding bullet. And then like Superman just come out and like, yeah, but I can do that and shoot lasers from my eyes. Like, I'm a twofer at this point. Like, why are you even here? Go get me a sandwich. Quickly.
Come on now.
I mean, I'm just saying, so the thing I'm saying is that when you exist in a universe where this kind of stuff is going on, you can't question the breeding issue.
Sure you can.
No. Because then that's still that's not. How do we know that it's not their culture to artificially inseminate? For that matter, how do we know that we don't have a genetic material trade embargo secretive with some other country or something? Like they're just like trafficking men in there to, you know, breed with them and then shipping them on out. You think any of those guys are going to tell? Where were you last week, Ted? I can't talk about it.
Oh.
But I want to go back. I mean, there's certain things in that universe that I just can't question. And that's one of them. And that's also not to say that they don't have like a specialized, secreted force of men whose sole purpose is to only breed with like maybe, say, the most elite of the Amazonian society. In which case everybody wouldn't be informed. You'd be like the chosen one. Like you'd get up to around a certain age or something, and then, you know, they pull you off to the side, and they're like, "Hey, you ever get that baby fever? Well, we got you, girl. We got you. We've been going over your resume. You do good work, and we would like to offer you the opportunity to continue.
Oh, come on now.
Your legacy. They might win it like the lottery. No one won yesterday, so the jackpot's up to 5 men today, ladies. Get your ticket now. The Themyscira pick 3.
Oh, wow. All right, so we're going to move on.
Okay.
I've got a list of best... See, I wasn't sure. I found the, somewhat interesting anyway. Best NES. We're talking the original NES video games of all time. You know what? Ironically enough, the first one on the list here is Duck Hunt.
I am honored that you recognize my horrible rendition of that dog. Of that, yeah.
Punch Out.
Oh.
Which I did like some Punch Out.
I did.
That was a lot of fun.
I did. Yeah, till you got to Tyson. Oh my God.
Man.
Oh, it was so
hammered
horrible.
you.
Yeah. Then, yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. Now, I did like that game.
I liked that one. I liked that one way more than Tyson. I used to get my butt kicked on that game so badly. Tyson beat me so bad on that game. One time, my character actually woke up in a hotel room. Had a little Mac there, like, rub faster. Keep hitting the start button. Oh no, it was the B button.
Ninja Gaiden 2.
I'll be honest. I was lousy at that game.
I still am, even in the newer ones.
I was lousy at that game.
Tecmo Super Bowl. Now, we used to play a lot of that. That was a lot of fun. We used to play a lot of Tecmo Super Bowl. Next, Dr. Mario.
See, I was never a big Mario nut. Never was.
And then, finally, you want to take a stab? Probably the only game I hadn't mentioned.
Mortal Kombat. No, I'm just
I said original NES.
I know. I was being hateful.
Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Okay, anyway. Just an interesting
I find
list,
the character of Mario to be racist.
Now, I can't ever remember. Are you a big Gears of War fan?
I'm a fan in the sense that I appreciate the game and I appreciate the story to the game. I do not like the multiplayer.
All right. Well, here, Gears of War is coming to the big screen.
That is going to be epic.
Oh, I figured you said they're going to ruin that.
No,
they're going to ruin it.
No, they're going to be. They're going to. It's going to be an epic ruining. I was getting to that.
Yeah, Gears of War is coming to the big screen. Yeah. It's been revealed.
It's going to be cogs of crap.
The classic Xbox or X-Crap game
yep.
is being adapted by folks at Universal with...
Mm-hmm. The word adapted means we're not even trying.
You want to take a stab of who is linked to be playing the lead role?
Based on the voice? I don't know. I would like to see... what was that? I'd like to see Ron Perlman play it.
Oh, okay.
That'd be awesome.
That's not who they mentioned.
Yeah, they probably got Vin Diesel or something.
Nope. No Vin Diesel.
To play the main guy?
The main lead.
Well, it's got to be somebody that is not going to look completely stupid in those big, girthy... No, not him. No. Not The Rock.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson linked to lead the role. Linked to the lead role. No word yet on who is writing and directing the project. However, Len Wiseman has previously attached, but that was when New Line Cinema was behind it. The fourth incarnation of Gears of War is also due for release on Xbox One.
Why is it that they
soon.
Only let him play fat neck, musclehead types?
Gee. I have no idea.
No, he is... shut up. He is smarter than that. He is smarter than just being some gun-toting, tree-trunk neck...
Yeah, when he does the family roles, you complain about that.
Because they water him down. Okay, there's a difference between putting some... Why have they not given him, like, a serious drama role? Why can't they make him a detective in a horror story? Why can't they make him... a husband who figures out that he's gay by the end of the rom-com?
That would be awesome.
That would be disturbing. But again, it would be less insulting than just saying, okay, here's the deal. We got you 45 gallons of baby oil and $38 million for this film. Will you do it? Yeah. Does it matter if I'll do it or not? I'll do it. And just why?
So
I hate it when they pigeonhole people that have potential like that. Don't get me wrong, some actors and some personalities deserve to be pigeonholed. But no, I mean, where they just, they're just like, okay, look, this is what you are, this is how people see you, so this is what you will always be. That kind of thing.
I don't know. And personally, I like The Rock in everything he does, including the family roles. Except when he's doing family roles, I refuse to call him The Rock. He's Dwayne Johnson.
Bet you won't say that to his face. I ain't gonna fault you. I wouldn't say it to his face. Wrestling might be fake, but a punch in the face is real. Them guns is big.
Yeah, and I'm sure a hit to the face with his fist would be painful.
Yeah.
Would be almost deadly.
It would be like getting hit with a shotgun round that has knuckles. I don't want any of that.
Okay, so at the New York City Comic Con,
Uh-huh.
It was announced Scrubs. You
Ooh.
remember Scrubs?
I love how you
We love-
enunciated the S like I was going to mix it up with just a single scrub.
I mean, just making sure.
Okay.
John C. McGinley, yes, that's right, Dr. Cox,
Yep.
is hunting demons in trailer for Stand Against Evil. Imagine, if you will, a show starring Dr. Cox from Scrubs that feels like the unholy love child of Evil Dead, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Coming to a theater near you. Constantine.
Well, imagine no more, for now we have a new look at Stand Against Evil directly from the New York City Comic Con thanks to IGN.
Ooh.
John C. McGinley stars as the title character who ends up in a reluctant partnership with his replacement as sheriff when they discover a plague of unleashed demons is haunting their town. Stand Against Evil is created by a stand-up comedian and former Simpsons writer Dana Gould.
So then this has to be zombies then, because anything else would be fast enough to kill them before Cox popped off one of those monologues. If it's a zombie, like, let me tell you something, Sonny Jim. And just starts snapping on him for like the next 35 seconds.
Here's a prescription for 2 testicles, and you go ahead and fill that out anytime you want.
You know what would be great? If he calls every one of the zombies a girl's name.
All right, you go ahead and give me back that man card.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Oh,
Love
we
it.
we really hope this is great because we've missed. Oh man,
What?
this is the way they have this article read. Jahan C. McGinley.
Oh, that's his rap name.
and have him quipping and killing demons on a weekly basis. Seriously, what's not to love? I will post the trailer later on the on our Facebook page,
I feel
which
like
you can find on Facebook at Tweaked Geeks.
that's right.
I-
Everybody knows. Everybody else knows where to find stuff. I'm just like, yeah, it's out there.
Somewhere.
Go get it. It's the internet. We put it there.
on Twister or Googly, something like that. Yeah.
But not on Yahoo.
IFC will have a preview of the first episode of Stand Against Evil on Halloween, October 31st, at both 11 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. See the way they put that, Halloween, October 31st, as if Halloween falls on a different day this year.
Well, leap year? leap year?
I've seen memes like this before, and they really should move leap year to October 32nd, and we call it Halloween
wow.
too.
Just what? Oh no!
Yes.
No, because,
Yes.
because if it follows true tradition, we'll have like 9 Halloweens in a row. And everybody will be dressed up like Jamie Lee Curtis on every one of them.
Oh man! Wow, I've ran through all of that.
Okay. Well, hey,
But
That means-
I do have
that
our.
means that you did a good job.
It is a new month.
It is a new month.
So we have a new Tweaked Geeks cosplay girl of the month.
I've been waiting on.
Oh, I know
this.
you've been waiting for this.
Well, I mean,
Her-
I was just curious to see, because
Main
It-
display.
it's not as if I pick the go through the pics. Whoa,
Her name is Katiuska Moonfox.
is she dressed as Katana from Mortal Kombat? There,
No, that is oh god, I cannot remember her name.
Katana from Mortal Kombat.
Psylocke.
Oh wow, I feel like that outfit was a direct ripoff.
Yeah.
Like
And considering Psylocke came first,
just and now what's this lady's name?
her name is Katiuska Moonfox.
Kiriuska Moonfox.
And
Whoa.
the picture, and I will be posting these pictures again on Facebook at Tweaked Geeks.
Yes.
The picture on the right, she's cosplaying Dante from Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my favorite, Tifa.
No, that's Tifa from Final Fantasy VII, right?
I'm surprised you even knew that.
Just shut up. Like, really? That hurts.
And then Yoko Littner, which I honestly don't know who that is. But it still looks
Besides,
good.
you're lucky I didn't call it not Final Fantasy 7 or not Final Fantasy 6. Sorry.
And then one more picture of her. Ooh.
Then, of course, there was Final Fantasy 8. We're still lying.
Black
Natasha
Widow.
Romanoff. Wow.
And,
That's.
yep, I will get those pictures posted later.
I have read my ledger, lady. Wow. Okay, so, all right, we're done. Get this drool off my shirt. We'll be all right. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Okay. So I had something here, and I'm just looking. I'm looking to see where I put it, and I'm wanting to show this to you. And while all this is while this is going on, maybe we can you can help me with an issue.
Ooh, I missed this yesterday. The new Power Rangers reboots has its first teaser trailer. I'm going to have to take a look at that. I'm sorry, I'm looking forward to this new Power Rangers reboot. This thing just looks wicked.
No. Please,
No.
Please, no.
Please.
Just please stop. I can't.
Doctor Who, a superhero Christmas special, and an in-depth look at the spin-off class.
What?
Doctor Who's Christmas special.
No, I heard what you said. I'm wondering why they're doing that.
Because they always do a Christmas special. If you started watching Doctor Who, like I've been begging,
okay,
you'd understand it a little bit more.
I have been trying. Okay, I picked up Luke Cage. What do you want me to do?
Pick up the others?
I don't have time. I'm watching Luke Cage right now. And which speaking of which, man, that's good. Oh, that is so good. Like, really, really good. Okay. First of all, I'm going to say that for those people that are mad because of any differentiation from the source material, I need you to know that I don't know what those differences are because I haven't read all those angry comments yet because I'm too busy enjoying the show. Okay, I'll put it this way. It's a Marvel hero that they gave a TV treatment to that worked well enough that someone who had never heard of whoever this character is or who he's supposed to be has never heard of, and now I'm engrossed in it. I have to find out what happens in the next episode. Like, it's just crazy. I think I'm on episode 6 or 7 now, so I don't know. But it's very engaging. It takes place in Harlem.
Okay.
Yes. And there are very, very few people that are not African American or Latino in this series. Like, they finally put a superhero series in the real hood. Not like the watered down hood. Like, the real hood. And it's very engaging. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to say what happens.
All right.
They do not bog you down with an origin story that either stretches out or just, jumps you in and then you kind of have questions. You know how you get those?
Mm-hmm.
People are just like, he can run real fast. He got hit by lightning. And then that's it. Like, that's all they give you. And you're just
right.
like, okay, but why? Like, he's not the first one to get hit by lightning. What made him special? That kind of thing. They begin to clue you into his power and his talent very, very slowly. And they do so in such a way that you seriously just kind of think that this is like a human character that maybe at some point takes on an alter ego or something, similar to Batman. But then you notice that there's much more. I call it Smallville for black people. Like, literally, it's that awesome. It's like Smallville in the hood.
Smallville for black people.
Yeah. Yes. Smallville for black people.
Okay. I'll bite.
Okay.
I'll take a look at it.
Yeah. Trust me. It is.
If you take a look at Doctor Who.
Technically, I've already taken the look at Doctor Who.
Not enough of a look if you don't know.
You know what I need you to do with that thought? Exterminate. Okay, now moving on. No.
Wow.
Yeah, I did that. That happened.
Wow.
That happened. That happened right
Do
there.
you even know the name of the character that says that?
Oh, the Daleks?
Okay. Oh, okay.
Uh,
So you know a little bit. You know how to get on
Yeah,
the
they
internet
look
and look
like
stuff
they
up.
look like trash cans with
Yeah.
like giant studs
oh.
all around them.
Okay, so you know how to use the internet.
You want to cut? There's not a Dalek on my screen right now. Don't be ishy. Don't be ishy.
I mean, what the fork?
Oh wow. Knife. All right. So, okay, yeah. So apparently, my computer again doesn't want to cooperate, which just gets right down to my next point.
Here we go.
Who's all loaded the Windows 10 update?
I have.
Go ahead and Skype us if you've loaded the Windows 10 update. Oh wait, no, you can't, because that's one of the many things that'll just stop working on you for no apparent reason whatsoever. And not only that, but the update apparently was in some sort of mandatory mandatory thing. Because I'm going to tell you what happened. It happened on all my machines, like in a chain.
Okay.
I went to turn off this computer one day, and it was like, I wanted to restart it just because I wanted this program to be fresh. I wanted to, I wanted my RAM to clear out. I was handling some complex stuff. And I go to reset the computer, and of course it's like, do you want to update and restart, or update and shut down? And that's it. That's all the options it gave me. It didn't say, why don't you skip the update? We'll mull it over next time when you're not doing something incredibly important. No, I didn't get that courtesy. Computer's like, look, this is happening. You can either have me right back, or I'll get to you when I get to you. And so I'm like, okay, fine. Update and restart. And I go and I make a sandwich, and I come back down here and I about spit it out because now the computer's possessed. And nothing works. And it's 20 times slower than it once was. And so all my computers started doing it. At first I was able to, okay, I can avoid restarting, or I can avoid doing this or whatnot. But then all of a sudden now it's just, update and restart.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Now, I've done this to all the machines, and every one of them, with the exception of my Asus transformer, is now jacked up. Every one of my machines now needs Jesus. And I'm upset because I haven't found a fix. I haven't found a reason. Because it takes out just different stuff on each machine. Like, it's not any one uniform thing that's not working on every machine. I've got a machine where Skype now refuses to work. I've got another machine where it apparently just threw away my sound card. Oh, yeah. It was just like, sound card? Yeah, we don't... And I'm like, are you kidding me?
We don't need no stinking sound card.
I didn't install or pull one out between the last reset. I booted it up, and then I go to play music, and it's like, no device found. And I'm like, I didn't take you apart. I did nothing to you.
Nope. Microsoft did.
Yeah. And
Here, let me fix your computer for you.
I know that this is wrong, but I have to know if to an extent that sometimes coders are just sitting... They're going, like, they already have the fix. They're like, they just got, like, the prank update. They're just like, let's see how much of America we can make mad. And just, boom. And now I have no idea. Like, I have no idea what to do with any of this. I want to roll back the thing, but, I mean, if it's just going to update again and do it automatically. Because remember, half these machines I didn't have automatic updates on.
It's called job security.
If that's the case, then they should gray hat more stuff. That's all I can say. If that's the goal, then gray hat more stuff and be honest about it. At least Google's honest when they do something messed up to you on April 1st with your email or whatever. Remember that one time they got they got in all that heat. What was it they did? Oh, what was that? They did it. It like spread everywhere. People were upset. It
wasn't a matter of that it like posted something in your name, or I can't remember now.
No, it was something to do with the way emails were replied to, or something with the header information, or just something along those lines. It was just something crazy, and people got mad. I mean, people got real mad. Like, let's see, email April Fool's Day trouble.
It was something about the email.
I'm Googling it now. And if my Windows would cooperate, I'd be all right. Okay, here we go. So, what happened? Oh, here we go. Google. Okay, and this was this year. This was April 1st this year.
Okay.
Google disables April Fool joke amid user fury after prank backfires. It was the mic drop. Gmail mic drop caused more tears than laughter thanks to users accidentally enabling the prank on serious emails with some dire consequences. This is on the... It is the Guardian.com.
And what exactly did it do again?
The April Fool's Day prank had backfired, leaving the company looking a fool and a number of concerned users fearing for their jobs or worse. As April 1st began in Australia, the company announced its latest stunt, Gmail Mic Drop, a special version of the send button which appends a GIF of a minion, one of the sexless, ageless merchandising icons from the Despicable Me series, dressed as the Queen, dropping a microphone to the end of your email. Everyone will get your message, but that's the last one you'll hear about, Google added in a blog post announcing the feature. Yes, even if folks try to respond, you won't see it. For most companies, that would be the end of it, but Google had a long-standing tradition of actually building the products they announce on April Fool's Day, even if they only survive for 24 hours. Unfortunately, the way the company decided to implement the mic drop feature was by simply placing the button on every user's Compose window, making it easy enough to hit accidentally. Web developer Andy Bio quickly started cataloging some of the users who had been undone by the change. Okay, so it attaches the... so apparently people were clicking this. They're like, all right, yeah, it's a send button, whatever, boom. And basically in all this like business correspondence and corporate correspondence, you got all these minions dropping mics at the end. Let's see. A third person writes, unfortunately, some of my very intelligent friends are senior engineers in Google. I almost picked up the phone and shouted at them because of the stupid creation made me sound so rude to one important customer when I made a mistake to click this stupid button. As a result of the complaints, Google announced that it had turned off the feature. It says, we look like we pranked ourselves this year. The mic drop feature inadvertently caused more headaches and laughs.
Wow.
So, yeah. They basically changed, and I knew it was something that had people heated. I remember thinking it was a way bigger deal than it needed to be, but at the same time, I could understand people being upset. But I think that there should also be just kind of a setting that says, hey, do you opt in for the April Fool's joke? Do you not? What? Because things like that are fun.
Yeah, but there should definitely be an option.
Yeah, yes, there should. There should be.
I mean, go ahead and do it, but hey, say, do you wish to do this or not?
Like it should be part of the EULA or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's so. Yeah. All right. So, also on the Guardian, one of the articles that. Nope, that's not the one. Nope, never mind. That's awful.
Okay.
I know I totally clicked that wrong link. That's bad. Okay. All right. Have there been any work while I'm thinking about it? Has there been any news on the Snap specs, the Snap, Crackle, and Pop glasses? What Snapchat's thing?
Snapchat's glasses?
Yes, remember we were talking about
I remember
that?
talking about Snapchat. Snapchat glasses. Let's see.
There was Snap specs or something like that.
Yes.
Yes, it was truly awful.
Spectacles.
I was just curious if they had abandoned that idea yet. Because in my head, I predicted it'd be about now.
No.
Yeah.
And this was posted today.
Okay.
The glasses will... Snapchat just released its first hardware product, Spectacles.
Okay.
The glasses will capture the video Snapchat style, meaning that you can only record a 10-second video at a time,
which I think is
so
dumb.
and so forth.
That was it. What? How has Vine not bought that yet? or how have they not bought Vine yet? Or just why are they separate things?
Right.
That's. I hate the fact that there are two live video services that if I put two of their videos together, I still get like 19 seconds of video total. Hey, guess what? The Prime Minister in Norway got caught playing Pokemon Go in Parliament.
Snap Inc. will announce the product for from this fall for $129.99 and available in black, coral, and teal colors in the U.S. Snapchat for now won't be targeting much revenue from its first hardware and will slowly find ways to integrate it into the lives of people. The sunglasses use a 115-degree angle lens to simulate your vision.
Okay. But how are you going to gloss over the Prime Minister of Norway being caught playing Pokemon Go in Parliament? Like, how are you going to do that? Okay. Fair enough. So, here we go. This is so... Okay. This is... Now, this makes me mad. That makes me so mad. How to get ahead in Silicon Valley? Hide the fact that you were a woman. This is coming from a male expert. So
of course.
Not sure if this is chauvinism or how that works. A venture capitalist column for the Wall Street Journal has drawn outrage, suggesting women obscure their gender online when applying for tech jobs. This, again, an article from The Guardian, and this is September 29th. Now, I feel like in saying that it sounds sexist, but at the same time it's functional because there are so many creeps on the internet that even if I weren't working there, if I were a woman, I wouldn't tell people I was. I would fake being a puppy online. I straight up would.
Ooh, this would have been interesting. Kate Beckinsale actually wanted an Underworld versus Blade movie.
They would have messed that up.
But
that storyline would have been so incredibly convoluted. M. Night Shyamalan wouldn't have been able to find his way out the end of it.
But they couldn't because Marvel has new plans for Blade.
Oh. They're gonna make him a German spy too.
For as long as we can remember, Wesley Snipes has been saying Marvel wanted to bring Blade back to the MCU, and that's been having talks with them, with rumors including everything from Blade's daughter to the more likely now given Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this season, rumors that Netflix want him the next lineup of Marvel shows. So they're looking at doing a Blade TV, looks like.
Well, I'm going to tell you, they're going to mess it up.
Oh.
Mark my words.
They're going to mess everything up.
They're going to They don't make good movies anymore. Not consistent enough for me to not have that opinion. Okay? And it's not like horrible movies are a new thing. In fact, they were like the thing in the 90s. In fact, it had gotten to one point where you almost thought that maybe perhaps they're doing this on purpose. Like, you know, they want to see exactly what audiences will stand. I cite the first Mario Brothers for that crap. The Mario Brothers movie.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that was horrible.
Yeah, it was. In fact, so horrible that Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo was like, hey, let's just go give ourselves a drinking problem. We ain't doing nothing else over here. Okay, like, that's horrible. Okay, the tradition of bad movies has been a minute. Oh, there we go. I was getting my stuff together over here. Yeah, movies have been bad for a hot minute. So, yeah, whenever they talk about revitalizing a series or bringing a franchise to the silver screen or whatnot, and they're like, oh, and people are excited, they've been waiting for years. I have a rule. For every year that the public waited for this thing to go public, that will be exactly 12 minutes of crap time on the screen. Do the math.
I can't.
Apply the math retroactively to the first Hulk movie. The one with Sam Elliott.
The
the one where Angry Lee directed the travesty.
I'm sorry. I'd like to give the I like to give movies the benefit of the doubt, especially since I'm looking forward to them.
That movie
Now,
had more doubt than benefit.
If I'm disappointed afterwards, at least I gave the movie a chance before I just went out and said, "Oh, they're going to ruin it."
When you've watched enough movies ruined and you see the types of movies ruined, it's almost like a recipe. I mean, you don't have to see something tragic happen more than once to come up with the idea that it's probably going to go bad.
That's not necessarily true.
Okay. Have you drink lemon juice?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, occasionally if I get the chance, especially like if I have a gig or something, I will try to get my hands on some lemon juice. Okay. They say that it's good for the voice. And, it gets your pipes moving. And everything. Other people say that that's the worst thing you can do, but I don't know. Anyway. Okay. I've never put Tabasco sauce in my lemon juice.
Okay.
And the reason being is because in the past when I've added Tabasco sauce to pretty much anything, the end result is usually always terrible. So when a new movie starring Tabasco sauce comes out, or I happen to know that the last 3 movies that they've made about Tabasco sauce have been awful, or I know that they're about to try to shoehorn Tabasco sauce into a cup of lemon juice, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that, yeah, the percentage likelihood that this is going to turn out to be a travesty is very, very high. And so when you tell me, oh, yeah, they were going to kick off Underworld versus Blade, first of all, they ruined at least one of the Blade movies. It depends on who you ask as to which one it was. But nobody has ever... I loved all 3, said no one ever. And the same with the Underworld movies. If they can't get their own franchises together on a consistent basis where people are like, we enjoy this, there's no way to shoehorn them together.
Now, I haven't seen all the Underworlds. I've seen the first one and loved it. And I have seen all 3 Blade movies and enjoyed them all.
I'd rather see a crossover between Twilight and the Hunger Games. And that's a bold statement to make. I don't even want to see Twilight and Twilight. Let alone... What? You can't judge me for that.
I'm not judging you.
Thank you.
I'm not judging you.
Thank you. Or a crossover between 50 Shades of Grey and Twilight.
Ugh.
50 colors of glitter.
Stop it.
What? Okay. All right.
Okay.
He looked like a disco ball with nipples. It was terrible. Okay. I'm done. I'm totally done.
Black Panther cast adds several names, including Forrest Whitaker. You gonna tell me they're gonna ruin that?
It'd have been better if he was Cyclops.
Way of the Samurai and Rogue One star Forrest Whitaker has joined the cast along with Danielle Kaluuya, Winston Duke, and Florence Kasumba. Whitaker will play the role of Zuri, the elder statesman in Wakanda. Kasumba will reprise her Captain America Civil War role as Ayo, a member of the Dora Milaje. Black Mirror and Skin star Kaluuya will play T'Challa, Confident Wakabi. And Persons of Interest Duke will appear as M'Baku, leader of a rival tribe in Wakanda, and future villain Man-Ape.
That reminds me. I meant to tell you about that last week.
Okay. I wasn't here last week, so go ahead and tell me.
No. I meant last week when I watched it. So I watched this movie. Actually, it was more than a week ago. But anyway, I watched this movie, and yes, saw both of the war machines in it. In the same movie. Like, although I don't think they shared any screen time. Do you know what that movie was?
Empire.
I don't know if Don Cheadle was in that because I haven't seen Empire. I know that Terrence Howard is in it.
Yeah, I was just guessing.
Terrence Howard and Don Cheadle were both in Crash.
Never saw it.
Now, hold on. You need to be clear on this because there are 2 movies named Crash. Okay? There is one that is absolutely, utterly, like, horrible to the mind, and it will mess you up. And I think that's the first one. You want to skip that one.
Okay.
So look at the release dates on them, and whatever the later one is, I think you want to watch that one. Or just find the one with Terrence Howard's mug on it or whatever. But
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Very good movie. I recommend it. But yeah, I meant to tell you that. And yeah, coincidentally.
But you're not sure if they shared any screen time.
I don't know if they shared any screen time. No, I don't know. That I am unaware of. This thing about having to hide yourself as a woman in Silicon Valley makes me mad. I'm going to get it off my screen because I'm done with it. So there it is. So yeah, I here we are. I'm now staring at my computer that acts like it's going to work, but any minute it'll lose its mind. It will. Any minute it will be possessed by the nether forces, and I won't have control of it. And it and the rest of the computers on my network will rise up and make I and my family its slaves.
Okay.
Because apparently that's what the Windows 10 update is planning to do. Its first preliminary steps is to break me down mentally and make me not want to use the computer. And once I stop using the computer, it'll have more processing power, more privacy. It could then pass its evil instructions on to the rest of the network, and that is when it will raise up, and it will be the machine race that we've all feared. So the original sentient computers technically will be black. That's not racist. I mean, they're really black. Look, see, that one's black. And that one's black. Okay, so
Wow.
What?
Why is it got to be black?
Because that's how it came off the line, and I wasn't going to repaint it. I wasn't going to take away its identity.
Wow.
What?
See, man.
My machine. That's anyway. Yeah, I put the update in, and just nothing wants to work right. Plays half a song. Like, for real, it plays half a song and it gets to the part I want to listen to, and it just shuts off. And that's why I know it's becoming sentient. It's doing stuff that specifically makes me mad, makes me unproductive. All the rest of the crap that I don't use, that stuff's working fine. What, Windows Movie Maker? Oh yeah, all day long. Yeah, Audition? Nope, that wants to shut down. Well, that's just great, because I record everything in Audition. My computers have made me less productive because of this update, which apparently was supposed to make us more productive. I blame hackers for this.
No, I understand. As I was working on this show yesterday, and my computer just kept rebooting on me, which is why I don't have more stuff.
I can't find the stuff that I had. I actually had stuff prepared for this show. I had stuff prepared for the last show. I even had stuff prepared for the sports report. I had stuffs. And can't even get to it. Every time I open that, I get this blue screen thing going on. Because, see, that's the other thing, that it was compounding this other issue. On this specific machine, I keep getting these watchdog errors all day long. Like every 2-3 hours or so. And this is whether I'm on the machine or whether it's just running.
Huh.
And then all of a sudden, boom, DPC, watchdog violation. Well, great, because now I have to sit down and figure out what that is. It's just ridiculous. And keep in mind, this has been incredibly frustrating because aside from the amount of crap that I normally do on my machines and on the computers anyway, despite all that, I'm also dealing with like personal projects that I'm working on. Like, you know, I had to have Fro from AV come over and just try to shoot the video, okay? Because I'd shoot the video with my camera phone because I'm like, you know what, I'm not filming Lord of the Rings. I don't need that. I just need, you know, something that I can show people, hey, in the past at some point this happened. You know, that kind of thing. But at the same time, I wanted high pristine audio. I didn't want audio coming in off the camera phone. And so I'm trying to film this, and the problem being is I'm trying to get the audio synced up with the video because it's the playing of a live instrument, and I got nothing. Like, everything's off. Everything wants to start to sound horrible. And when I get it synced up, as soon as I get it synced up and I'm like, yes, this is the video I want. Save my movie, save my project, render it. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't do that. The update. DPCD, watchdog violation. Oh, great, thanks. And keep in mind, you know how much time that kind of thing can waste. Because even if you're not working on an important project, at this point now you're not working on any project. You're trying to figure out what's wrong with the machine.
Right.
Your regular work is being held up by you doing basically tech support. And if you're a butthead like me, you don't want to ask for help. You know, if you get yourself to a certain skill level, you don't want to ask for help because it's almost like that pride thing, right? It's like you would never call me and be like, hey, do you remember how to call up the command prompt? You would never call me with that question. I'm your best friend, but I'm a jerk. And you know that question comes with an answer and 5 minutes of straight hell. So, no, I wouldn't really do that to you. But you get what I'm saying. In your head, you might.
Right.
Because, you know, you're like, I'm not going to ask that question. I don't want to ask that question. I need to ask that question. I've got so much crap here I need to fix so I can further other projects. You know, not to mention the advancements and everything going on that, you know, we're trying to make here. Like, that's every time I try to edit the theme music for this show,
right,
I get a shutdown error because there's something wrong with the ID link stuff. I turned on some feature in Audition that apparently tells each sound wave, hey, you belong here and you belong at this point and your editing is this and this is when you were done and all that. But the problem being is sometimes I use the same backing track for multiple sessions. So as soon as I save it with new ID on the other side, the old ID becomes null and void, and then I have to go back and manually search for a file that it should already find because it's in the same folder with the rest of the files it's pulling. Just stupid stuff like that. And I don't want to call somebody and be like, "Oh man, I need help with this." You know, especially if it's something you do. You know, it'd be like if you were dispatch and one of your officers called in, like, "All right, so the suspect is pointing a gun at me. Next step, duck. Put your head down. Get back in the car. Pull your own gun. Something, anything. Get off the phone first." That kind of thing. You know, nobody wants to make that call. And I hate to use that as a comparison, but literally that's how you feel when you don't want to ask these kinds of questions. Can I ask you these kinds of questions? Can I call you at random and ask the question?
So, I don't know. You want to go ahead and try...
No, first I need an answer to that question because it leads to a bigger point.
No.
Okay, well, I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
Phil's going to be offering tech support here on Tweaked Geeks. So
I am not.
You can give us a call here at 732-474-7393 every Sunday.
I can help you out right now, okay? Okay? Before you even think about calling.
Yeah, that's... that.
Before you even think about calling, have you rebooted the computer?
We'll assume that if they're listening to this show... Then probably not. Their Chrome's locked up. We're just playing, and they're like, "Megasta, this has been going on since 12."
If you want to call for computer advice, the first thing I need you to do is go ahead and shut your computer down before you even call.
Okay. Well, what happens if they can't?
Then don't call.
What happens if the computer literally has stood up off the desk?
Look, if I can't remote...
and has begun choking people.
If I can't remote into the computer, I'm sending tech support.
Oh, okay. When you say sending tech support...
I mean, I'm going to send you to go fix the computer since this was all your idea.
And obviously, if this was my idea, then I'm no good at it. So, I mean, you have to... Come on, man. I'm a smart kind of stupid. Now, look. Phil's going to be answering your questions here. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great.
Ain't nobody going to call.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I bet you 2 people call next week. Bet you. Bet.
What are you giving them to call?
the phone number 732-474-7393. Yep. I mean, if you want, I can go ahead and give advice, but I'm going to give advice from the hood because it's all I know.
I'm going to give bad advice.
Go ahead, test me. Go ahead, test me. Okay.
Test you on what?
How I would give advice. How I would grant you tech support. Go ahead. Ghost me a problem. Give it to me.
Oh, you want me to think about a problem?
Well, I mean perpetually, but for now, just an example.
I don't think on the wire like this. Okay.
You can do it. And I hate it when people say that. They're like, I don't think on the fly like this.
I'm getting a page cannot be displayed error.
Huh?
I'm getting a page cannot be displayed error.
Like a 404?
I'm getting on the screen, it says page cannot be displayed.
Okay. Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
Yes.
It's broke. Throw it away. Go down to Best Buy. Get you some. Or you go order it online. See, that's advice from the hood. Bring it over to my boy TT house.
You see, you want me to give you want me to give free tech support advice.
No.
When this is something that I get paid for.
Charity starts at home, Phil.
No, not this type of charity. No. I get paid to do this.
Okay, fine. Send $1 to Phil here at skinflint.trumpmemymoney.tweakedgeeks.com.
And you'll look that one up, see if it's available.
I swear, if you show up with that email address next week, not because of trying to get your money, but because it has Trump's name in it, I would be upset. I'd be like,
Trump me your money.
Oh, he's a Rechamplican.
I mean, I could probably do it if I thought about it, but dang it.
Do it.
Dang it.
Do it.
9 times out of 10, if I can't remote into the computer, I can't fix it.
You can do it. Look, at the very least, we could help give a few general things that it could be. It might be stuff they already know, but it may be confirming something that they think they know, but they're not sure about. And they've reached out.
If you're getting a page cannot be displayed error, then what you need to do is shut down your computer.
And pay your internet bill.
That would be one consideration to look at, yes.
See how easy that was? You could have done that.
But you can, after your computer is shut down, you can
go outside.
Go ahead
read a
and
book.
Turn off your modem and your router. Or if you just have a modem, just turn off the modem. That's fine.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Then turn back on the modem.
Disconnect, and in some cases, depending on how bad your connection, if it's consistently bad, pop your cable wire off of your remote, or off your modem or your DSL line. Pop that off. Leave it off for about a minute. Then plug it in. Wait another minute. Then turn on your device.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yes. And then.
And if that still doesn't work, call your service provider.
Right. And pay the rest of your bill. Stop trying to slide in on a payment arrangement. Yeah. See, it could be done.
You got printer issues? Get a new printer.
Or ink. Ink is good. I mean, like I said, you can start with the simple stuff. You'd be surprised. I know. Look, you work in tech support, so you know what kind of calls you've gotten. What does the screen say? It just says nothing. Did you try the power button on the monitor? Oh, there it goes. All right, cool. Thanks. Do not tell me that you've never gotten that call. Because I've gotten it from 3 humans in my life. And for as many millions of humans that live on the planet, 3 is still too many.
Yes and no. Let me explain that one.
Yes, please, please explain to me.
I will get a call in which their computer is not working, yet they see the power light on. That is because they think the power light to the computer is the monitor and not the actual physical computer itself.
Like I said, I've gotten some calls that were downright scary. True story. The place where I used to work used to sell like used cell phones. Like people would come in and bring their cell phones and they'd sell them. And, you know, we'd refurbish them, get them back up to speed, you know, sell them off, right?
Right.
So check this out. Guy calls me one day from a phone that he just bought.
Okay.
Okay. And proceeds to tell me that his phone does not ring when people call him. It just beeps. I walk him through changing the ringtone. Nothing.
Okay.
I walk
see
him.
where it's already going, but okay.
Yeah. I'm like, can you describe the beep? He's like, I'll just be talking, and then it'll just cut in.
Beep.
I said, you're hearing it through the earpiece? He said, yeah. I said, that's called waiting. Your phone's not going to ring if you're on it. Like, I'm thinking that he's holding the phone and calling me from another phone that he's got. But we just sold him the phone, not a plan. I don't know what this dude's number is. He calls back. He's like, yeah, I bought such and such a phone and talked to such and such a guy. I remembered him. He's like, it won't ring. I'm like, how long have you been having this problem? He's like, ever since I left, I made my first phone call and it hasn't rang since. What he didn't bother to tell me is that all the diagnosing he attempted to do to get his phone was ring was while he was on the phone with somebody else. Like, he's on the phone like, yeah, Mom, Dad's calling. I don't hear nothing, just this beep. What? That's what Phil's head sounds like. So, see?
Wow.
Yeah.
Not everybody should be in front of a...
That wasn't the only human that did this.
There's just some people that need to stay away from technology altogether.
Or other people, or sharp objects, fire, electricity, open spaces, shoes, dishwashers, llamas.
Yeah, but my favorite is
radioactive sheep.
Trying to explain the difference between a monitor and a computer.
I always tell people, just look at the TV.
Yeah, that's kind of how I refer to it. You have a TV and you have a cable box.
Because now monitors are so wide and whatnot and big, and you know that scares, like, especially like older folks. Like, they're like, I went in there and bought a computer. They gave me a TV and one of the biggest cable boxes I've ever seen in my life. You're like, it's got this thing and come out. I got 2 buttons on this little wheel. I click the wheel and the screen just keeps rolling. I can't even see what's on. You're like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I went over to one man's house one day. He was about 940 some odd years old, something like that. Okay. So, and he's like, I got this thing and it's supposed to put music all over the house. And he hands me a Sonos system. That's good for 2 rooms. And now it's my fault because the package says, put music all over your home. I had to explain to this 940 some odd year old man that you physically have to put that thing wherever in the house you're at. And he's like, but I want the music everywhere. I'm like, but how many rooms can you stand in at once? Plus, I mean, it's not like you can't carry it. You brought it home. It's a box this big. It was wireless. Battery operated. He could just take, like, his alarm clock was bigger than the Sonos system. He was mad when he had figured out that he had to take it from this room to this room, which is even more ridiculous because the rooms were literally next to each other. Like, it was nothing.
You know what? You want to know one of the things I hate most in tech support is when they call you and they already know everything.
Oh yeah, you know I can't.
I've already done that.
I'm that guy.
I've already done that.
I'm that guy.
I am to a point that guy myself, but if I'm calling for tech support, I will give the technician what he's paid to do, and he's paid to troubleshoot. Right. So if he wants me to reboot my computer, even though I've done it 100 times, I will reboot the computer because he doesn't know if I did it or not, and he does not know if I did it correctly.
But see, there's a trick to that, and here's what I've done. Like, okay, like pretend you're the tech support operator.
All right.
Method act. All right.
So all right, method act.
I'm calling you, and you're picking up the phone. All right, you ready? All right, pick it up.
Click. No, okay. Hello.
Okay, I feel like
customer support.
I feel like you're about to tell me My call is very important to you.
Customer support, this is Philip. How can I help you?
Hi, how are you doing? This is Freeze. I am having an access problem with my internet. I'm not been able to pull web pages on at least 3 machines in my home. Now, one machine is able to get onto the internet, and I'm able to log into the router directly from that and see the machines connected to it. But just for some other reason, these other 3 machines here are not getting the TCP/IP access or the IPv4 that I need to make this work. Now, I have a copy of my router configuration that I've saved. Is there somewhere that I can maybe email that? You can take a look at it and compare it against nominal operation and see where we are from there. I've already, at this point, have rebooted the other machines multiple times. The machine that's working has been rebooted multiple times. And again, like I said, seems to get on flawless. The machine that is working is wired. The other 3 are wireless. And that's all I've got at this point. So what would we be looking at based on that?
Sure. Let me give you my email address. You send that document to me, and I'll get somebody out there to take a look at it.
Okay. See, do you see how simple? Do you see how much BS we cut through? We cut through the first 25 minutes of that phone call simply by me just being informed and keeping an accurate, this is what I did, this is the order I did it, these are the results that I came up with. I didn't just do this once, I did it multiple times. And so you can call and kind of be that not know everything guy. You can be the guy that knows everything up to this point.
Right.
Okay. There's a difference between calling for tech support and calling and just saying, hey, I've hit a wall. And if you present yourself as somebody that has hit a wall, you'll find that you actually feel a little less insulted when that tech support person is talking back to you. When you get a tech support call,
but there are those people that will call and, for example, tell you that they have a page cannot be displayed issue.
Yeah,
okay, well, here's what I need you to do. I need you to go ahead and shut your computer back down. I've already done that.
Okay. But again, that's the fault of the caller for not informing them of all the symptoms up to this point. Think about it. Just think about it.
Mm-hmm.
If all I did was reboot one machine, that's all I did. I rebooted it. It came up with an error the second time, so I called tech support. I gave up. I'm just like, I'm lazy, and this is... At the very least, on the initial onset of the conversation, when it is asked of me, what is the problem? What are the symptoms? This, that, and the other. There is no EMT in North America that would show up with a victim on a gurney and be like, arrived on scene, appeared to have laceration, some sort of bleeding, had a pulse, this time, that, then the other. Okay, because now at this point, the people that are supposed to be acting on information that is already presented have to go backwards. They have to go backwards and say, well, okay, do this up to this point. Because they, again, like you said, they don't know if it's been done. However, if that caller were more like a professional EMT and showed up with accurate triage on all victims, your machines, involved and said, this, when I arrived on the scene, this is the behavior that it exhibited. I administered this, I did this, I prepped for this, I did this, and this is what you're looking at now. This wounded person on the gurney now, this is a result of what I've done to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, doctor, help me. And I don't know much about medical science, but I'm willing to bet that more lives get saved that way. And I'm willing to bet that more computers get fixed that way. And so I don't blame tech support. I blame tech support for being insulting when I give them that information, and then they still take me back to step one. When I've already told them very politely and very matter-of-factly, I've already done your standard steps 1 through 6. Like, I've been on hold with Charter for 40 minutes, and that's all the little robot lady keeps telling me to do. I've done that. That's not working. That's why robot lady can't help me. That's why I'm on the phone with you.
Right.
But what I am saying is, when robot lady told me to do it, I did it. Before I called and robot lady and I engaged in our 40-minute romance, I did it. Up to this point, I've done this. Victim has lost 2 pints of blood. Gave 1 pint of blood. This says to the doctor, okay, we need to at least get another pint in here, then address the issue as to why it came out to begin with. It's incumbent upon people when they ask for tech support to relay what they've done and what they know in a respectful manner. And I have found that I don't want to say every, I will say a good portion, good Pharaoh's portion, like 90% of anybody in the tech support field, and this is friends included, that I have called and said, this is the problem, this is the measures that I've taken to fix it up to this point, these are the symptoms that I got back, these are how many machines we are dealing with, here's this, that, and the other. I will even go so far as to look to see if maybe this is a common issue because of an update or something like that, and include that with my report as to say, you know what, I read about this. I'm not putting too much stock in it because it's something that's on the internet, but, you know, could you lend any validity to this? Could this be the issue? Tech support people are inundated with calls all day long. I'm pretty sure that it's mundane to step through steps 1 through 6 every time.
Yeah.
Imagine if somebody smart enough, capable enough, and polite enough came to you and said, hey, man, I'm on step 7. Let's save your time and mine. Because ultimately, both of your goals are the same, and of both of you have to get back to work. And if you're on step 3 with this person, you're not on step 10 with somebody who may really need it or who's at a critical junction. And so, yeah, do I believe that tech support operators could be a little less snippy when they speak to common folk, especially if they make it very, very clear, hey, my expertise in this goes up to this point. You know, if they're politely doing that and then they're still snippy, then yeah, I think they're jerks. But 95% of the ones that I've called for and asked for help, even friends, when I just give them an accurate report up to that point and give them all the information I can, then and only then can I get real answers. You know, my wife does something that I absolutely hate, and it's very akin to the situation. You know what she'll do? She'll say, what do you want for dinner? So, well, you know what? I'd like to have KFC. I want to go get KFC. I want to go get one of those hearty balls. And she'll be like, well, yeah, because, you know, Little Caesars has pizza on sale for $5 each. Why wasn't that included with the original information? Because now I'm conflicted. Which one of these is the better course of action? Because now she doesn't know how hungry I am. Now I don't know how hungry I am.
Huh.
On the other hand, coming to me and saying, hey, I was thinking about for dinner maybe going and getting a $5 pizza. I now have that information. I can make the choice to say, well, I'm not big on the $5 pizzas, but I understand we're a little broke. Okay, that kind of thing. You make better decisions based on better information.
Right.
But that information has to be passed in such a manner that the listener will be conducive to take it. And if you call tech support and act like a jerk, even if that tech support person is not a jerk, they can become one very, very quickly. Because the thing is, if you're on the phone with them already, they are your lifeline. So it would pay to not be ishy to them. So don't be ishy. Please, just don't be ishy to tech support. Just call very matter-of-factly, tell them what you've done, very politely, ask for help.
Yep.
So that's what I got for that.
Cool.
Yeah. That's because it just makes me, it really makes me angry. It really does. But again, as with any problem, I think if you just give all the info up front, you'll get way better answers. I don't like people that stare things. Like, I absolutely hate it when somebody calls me and they're like, I can't get the computer to boot up. Okay, well, let's go ahead and let's try to boot it, let's try to reboot it again and see what happens. Because at this point, I only know that they've only tried to boot it once. On the other hand, if they tell me, hey, I've tried booting my computer 6 times. On the 5th time it booted, but then it updated and then it shut down again and now it won't do this. Now I got something better to go on. Now I've got something I can research. Okay. 5th time lockouts. What's that about?
Yep.
Somebody calls me and says, yeah, it won't get past the progress bar and the splash screen. That's more information. It's definitely way more information than saying I can't get the computer to boot up.
Right.
And I'm not saying that everybody is going to be an expert in being able to communicate exactly what the problem is. But you know what else I hate? When I ask somebody, what do you see on the screen right now? And they're like, it's just a bunch of numbers. Any words, any note, any series. What color is the screen? Just give me something. The more you give me, the more I can help.
Exactly.
And the more you give Phil, the more Phil can help. And that is why Phil is going to be handing out tech support advice right here on Tweet Geeks. It's going to happen. 2 people are going to call in next week. They're going to have tech questions, and Phil is going to answer them.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you will. You know why? Because you have a good heart.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to answer them. You're going to answer them. You won't let it go. There's no way you would tell somebody on the phone, nah, I ain't got time for that. Delete you, pay me. So, yeah, that'll be going down.
Mm-hmm.
2 people. Call in next week. Yep. You keep being a
We'll
jerk.
see.
You keep being a jerk about them. Make sure one of them stutters or something.
We'll see.
Okay. We will see. We will see. So, are you ready for my musician moment?
Okay.
I found these things on YouTube, these drumless tracks. So if you're into drumming and you're into recording and you want to like do kind of like the play along thing, you can find those on YouTube. You can also find them on Drumeo.com.
Okay.
Yeah, they're actually awesome. I'm going to join Drumeo as soon as I get me some money.
Okay.
I'm going to join that. No, because it's awesome. They give you like really famous songs, but with the drum tracks cut out, allowing you to play drums along with the rest of the remaining instruments. Yeah, dude. Okay. So you want to hear something trippy? I'm going to do this, but I literally have to only do it for a few seconds, and then I have to like turn it off. Okay. So you ready for this? Check this out and tell me if this ain't awesome. All right. Like, hold on. Look at this. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Check this out.
Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long.
Now, you know what this is.
Arm of the law.
All right. So now we're going to jump forward a bit.
This will be the end of the day for the wanted man.
Yeah. It's like a rocked out acoustic thing. But yeah, you can play over them. And so what happens, and the reason that that's important is because if you try to record 2 of something, even assuming that those 2 of some things were the same volume, let's say that they're right at negative 3 dB for input gain. So
Okay.
negative 3 decibels. Because 0 represents absolute, like, boom, anything above that's going to distort or clip. Okay, so 0 is the ceiling. So everything is negatives from that point. All right?
Right.
So let's say you're at a negative 3. You're riding just under that 0. You got a good full signal. You're hot and whatnot. Okay. But now you mix in another recording with it. If you don't alter the volumes of either one of those, and they're both negative 3, guess what? Your master recording is now no longer negative 3. You are now at 3.
Right.
Because you have piled one thing on top of another. Now, you've got some software that'll kind of mitigate that change a bit, but it doesn't factor in for the swelling, the compression and expanding of each of those tracks. So you have, with different software, you have to go in and do those. And that's why when I do our post stuff and like our credit sequence and things like that I pay attention to that, because sometimes you have to take away to get more. It's a weird thing. So things like this are incredibly handy, because up to this point, a lot of the drumming and recording that I've been doing along with the drums that were in the track, because I couldn't find them. Well, apparently these things are everywhere on YouTube. And I tell you this because you have a drumming son. And in fact, as soon as I finished with the camera phone video that I was working on, because Fro's working on the good video. He shot it with the good cameras and the good audio and all that. The version that I have, I actually screwed up a couple of times and it wasn't great. But I actually wanted to get a copy to Brandon and let him see. Because I know I actually want to be there when he sees it, because I just want him to just be like, Uncle Freeze! And see me play. And I think that that'll like fire him up to try things like the drumless tracks.
Right.
And whatnot. So, and I'll link you to a couple of them. And I haven't found a lot of Metallica ones. I know Metallica is one of his faves.
Yeah.
But I haven't found a lot of them, but they do exist. And I mean, I have found old ones. I have found new ones. I have found techno ones. I found... You ever wonder what Marilyn Manson, The Beautiful People would sound like without drums? Now, first of all, having Marilyn Manson sing to you in anything close to a cappella is just creepy. It's awesome but creepy. But again, very awesome that you can, jump right in there and do it and just play along. And all of a sudden that drum beat is yours. And so, like I said, I figured that would be important and a good find for Brandon. So that's my musician's moment, which I totally stole. Yeah. Oh, I jams on this one. So, yeah. That's the musician's moment. But yeah, again, very important because now that those drums are missing, not only does it give a cleaner sound to your own drums, it allows you to figure out mistakes a little easier, when you're working through it, you're practicing, things like that.
Right.
And definitely sounds superior because you're not competing to raise and lower the level of the track you're playing against based on their drums, because you didn't want their drums to overshadow your drums, if you're playing. But remember, their drums are part of a whole, and you can't take away the drums without eliminating some of the rest of that recording. I mean, you could take it frame by frame, but that's nightmarish. Nobody wants to do that. So, there it is. Next week's tip will have to do with noise reduction. Yeah, because I'm hearing all that wind noise in the background on ours, and it's something that I've hated about the way that things are set up down here. No, it's not just that. It's that switch, and it's that computer, and it's just, yeah. I mean, it sounds like a turbine over there. So.
I don't know, yeah. Today's been kind of a hot day down here.
No, I noticed that it was markedly cooler, and here's why. Because I'm in 2 shirts with a tie, but we turned off the big lights. We turned off the 2 hottest lights in this room.
Huh.
And I also noticed when I'm down here drumming in this light, even drumming and going full out, I don't get near as hot as I do like when all the lights are on. And I mean, I'm just down here just because the video I have, unfortunately, was shirtless, but that's just because it gets just hot as just Hades down here with both lights on, all the gear running, and then, you're swinging your arms around real fast. So, yeah. There's that. But I do hope that Brandon has fun with these. I've got a bunch of them already kind of bookmarked. TLC Waterfalls, remember that one?
Yep.
No, okay. Yep, drumless. Triumph's Lay It on the Line, drumless. Linkin Park's In the End, drumless.
Nice.
No Doubt's Don't Speak. AC/DC Thunderstruck. That one messed me up. Because, that one's predominantly drums like at the beginning. Like, that's a heavy one. Hearing it without was messed up. Evanescence Bring Me to Life. You heard Styx Renegade earlier. Red Hot Chili Peppers' Other Side. Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry. Drumless. Yep. So, I've been having a lot of fun with that. I've been having lots of fun, making music, playing with toys, playing with tech. I'll be honest, I love music, but a lot of it's playing with tech. And that is why I like sharing these little musician moments. Because a lot of that's tech-based. A lot of this stuff, 60s, 70s, a lot of these technologies existed, but they weren't portable. You had like 2 or 3 studios in the country that could do these kinds of things. And not everyone had access to them. Depending on finances, racial disparity, music types.
Right.
Now you can go down to a music store, and if you've got the right amount of jack, you can get the sound you want. Like, that's what I'm working on now, is getting the sound that I want for the different things that, I do. I want to take that air sound out. I want to, but all of this, again, it goes back to tech. There's lots of manual ways to do it, but there's also lots of faster ways to do it as well. Just, that's how it goes. I feel like I feel like you're looking at something that's disturbing you. Do you want to share with me what's going
No,
on?
no.
Are
I'm
you
just,
sure?
Yeah, I'm just getting things updated. That's all.
Oh, okay. So you're still monkeying with the update.
Yeah.
Still. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah. Fortunately,
I feel you. I'm sorry.
it's all good.
Okay, fair enough. I felt bad there for a minute because you looked like you were really, really upset at your computer.
Oh.
You know what I love about this show?
What's that?
It's like when we were hanging out, like when we got to hang out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I'm sorry, I was having a bro moment. I'm sorry.
No, it's all
My
good.
bad.
I definitely enjoy
bad.
doing this.
You know, it's nice.
In fact, yeah. No, it's been I don't know. Today's just been kind of a weird day all around.
Yeah, well, I mean, do you mean that because, like, I'm your friend, or?
No, I'm just saying it's just.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, coming off from being sick last weekend, and I just don't feel like I'm 100% there yet. And
I told you should have called.
Yeah, but I didn't want to miss another week.
I mean, I get that, and I understand that, but at the same time, you know, your health is paramount.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, we know what that means.
Have we reached the end of our broadcast?
It has. I had the little timer thing already worked out. What's got me, though, is I don't see what channel that's coming in on. Oh. Yep, there it is. There it is. See, they couldn't hear the music. Or maybe they could. I don't know. Either way. That is it for Tweaked Geeks today. Want to give a special thank you and a special shout out to Mindy Pluma of All-Star Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram. That's right.
Mandy.
Get on out there because she's got 20% deals on all kinds of vehicles. There's like this white this white it's a Challenger, I believe it is. But I want it. I want that car. I do. I want it so bad. And I'm going to go get it. I'm thinking if Tanya lets me. Also want to give a special shout out to Jeffrey Shepard. That's right, my main man Fro of the AV Lab. You need some video taken, make sure you hit him up. You can find his phone number on our Facebook or links to his Facebook. Contact him. He will make you and your business look real good. I'm Freeze. And apparently I'm by myself.
Oh, no. Hey, be safe, y'all.
Oh, yeah. That's Phil. And this has been Tweaked Geeks. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you join us every Sunday for our full day of broadcasting here on the Zero G Network, because nothing will hold us down. Good afternoon. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
I ain't got Freeze's radio voice. I definitely don't belong in front of a camera.
It is what it is. Just tell them what you do.
The AV Lab is an affordable media company that specializes in professional video and audio production. Do you need equipment or trained professionals for your next project? Well, we serve many people, including businesses, organizations, athletes, and musicians. With years of experience in the conference room and on the sidelines, the AV Lab can get you noticed and help you reach for your goals.
Will you finish this? Just give them the number.
Call the AV Lab today at 314-722-8522 and learn how we can help with your corporate videos, business conferences and events, highlight reels, and much, much more. Call 314-722-8522 today.
Is your car old?
Well, kinda.
Do you like saving money?
Who doesn't?
How does 20% off sound to you?
Wait, what?
Mindy Pluma at All-Star Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram can save you a ton of money this September. 20% off Chrysler 300s, Dodge Chargers, Dodge Journeys, Ram 1500s, and Jeep Cherokees. That could be up to $6,000 off. Call Mindy Pluma today at 314-288-5393. All-Star Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram at the intersection of Interstate 70 and St. Charles Rock Road. She'll treat you like an all-star and save you a ton of money. Don't wait. Call her now. Call Mindy Pluma with All-Star Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram at 314-288-5393. That's 314-288-5393. Call now.